Keep your wider seat. What planes need are better headrests. CNN. The air travel debate of the movement about seat width on planes is an easy one to be seduced by. Airbus released a marketing campaign last month claiming a 18-inch wider wide seat compared to 17-inch makes it much easier and have called on airlines to make this standard in economy class long-haul flights. Airlines so far have not bought in those, with most refusing to be drawn into the debate and others, such as Lufthansa, as diplomatically as possible, suggesting it's a non-starter. It certainly seems like an odd campaign for a supplier to embark on, apparently trying to dedicate to customers what they should be buying. But it's also rather clear campaign, I would argue, a gamble that Airbus doesn't need to pay off. There's a telling quote from a Airbus head of passenger comfort, Kevin Keniston, who says economy passengers who are not prepared to accept long-haul 17-inch crusher seats will choose airlines that offer better seat comfort. We are encouraging them to be aware of the difference in. So on the face of it, this campaign is aimed at passengers who will then supposedly pressure airlines to be 18-inch wide seats. The kicker is this: flyers in economy are unlikely to start demanding anything. The economy expectation. Economy buyers get the worst seats, the blandest food, the nicest cabins, and guess what? We expect that because we'll get the cheapest ticket. Let's just get there and get out is the mentality. It's not like we're business or first class flyer who airlines do occasionally listen to. Proof comes in the front of Airbus on cabin layout page for the A330, which economy seating of much less than 18 inches to its client, even while telling the word 18 inches should be standard. So, Airbus put out the right message to the public. We feel a little better that at least someone appears to be complaining on our behalf behind the scenes, and the industry carry on as usual. We fellow coach class flyer, it's time to start speaking up. I recently fly New York to Narita, Japan. A tour for a 14 economy class seat with a cozy whizzing hacking old man on one side and a fidgeting iPhone, I don't care, on the other. After a claustrophic, knee-bumping battleground of a flight like that, you'd think more space would be welcome, right? There's an alternate view. Better headrest required. It struck me that the problem here wouldn't be solved by an extra inch of space, nor perhaps even by an extra 3 inches of space, but maybe it could by headrest design. As I drifted off in a semi-sober, my Like my nuggets had nowhere to go, I was rudely awakened on several occasions by my own skull as I went into a sudden course with one of my neighbors. The little flake outflake or wings that are now common on airline seat height grades make it about 0.5% more likely that your head will stay put, allowing you to get some good Z's. So you can keep the extra inch of white on is my head in place while I does. Unfortunately and unexpected, no one was particularly convinced. The airlines I contacted gave the usual sound bites about how great their economy class seats were already, while Airbus just took the opportunity to underline their existing seat campaign. Opinion not as critical as seat width, says LZ Gianniolo, manager media relations at Airbus. Some passengers find headrests helpful and some find them uncomfortable, but an extra inch in seat width definitely provides more comfortable overall. A good point, particularly considering that as a 6 foot 18 kilogram man, I'm probably Mr. Average when it comes to seats. Few flyers bigger than me would likely prefer bigger seats, but look at us better seats. Who's responsible? Boeing refused to be jumped on an area they don't see as their turf. Seat design is handled and designed by the airlines, not the airframe manufacturer. We simply ensure the seat comply to safety standards. I suppose a cheap bear hunting, bland food eating economy class buyer I shouldn't expect to be taken too seriously. But then I contacted one of the seat manufacturing companies. The headrace is one of the features that can improve the comfort experience during a flight, says Dr. Mark Hiller, CEO of Recario Aircraft Seating, promisingly. He goes on to describe a headrace that can be titled horizontally for optimal neck support while sleeping, with adjustable side blaster for a better resting position and expectationally wide head adjustment range and increase. I don't know the race revolution I'm requesting, but I'm glad someone else considers the thing worth at least some effort. Would you prefer wider seats on planes, or are there other areas of cabin comfort you think would improve the travel? Tell us below.